Hi there. So today I want to show you the part 2 of the SEO optimization for GroovePage video that I have done. The first part was more explaining what are the bases, the theory behind it. I will put a link in this video, and now I will do it actually on the site that we show in the first video, and do it really hands-on and how to fix things. So hope you enjoy. So what was actually the theory? So we have on-page SEO, which is actually things that you can modify on the site, more technical stuff or content. And we have off-page SEO that is basically the stuff that is external to your site. So kind of backlink that you can have to give more authority to your site. So we will work on the on-page SEO in this video. So overall, the purpose is to give an awesome user experience to our visitor with good, easy to find and consume content. So this is the checklist that I showed in the last video, explaining each section, but basically I had a few fail in my site that I was showing you. We will try to fix all these today. We also add a review. I will show you the rating actually before and after. So we will use the same tools to see if what we are doing is improving. And I will also show the impact on the search result from Google standpoint. So let's take a look. So this is the checklist. This is the website as I showed you previously. This was our rating last time, so we will recheck it today. Let's do this. Okay, still same rating. We added page speed. The page speed is I think different. Probably the network is slower, but we will do it again to see from where we're starting. So 30 on the mobile and 84 on the desktop. So we will see how we can improve that. Finally, we will look at tools like TinyPNG, the Google Search Consoles. We will configure these. And also we will see the listing actually here. So in our latest video, and I will show an image here of the latest scan from the previous. The title here was different. Actually, it's because since then I have added here the video. So actually, since my title is not defined in my page, Google look at headers in my site, and he took this thing last time. So actually, the search engine, the search result here changed from the moment that I done the video and now. So what we want to have some kind of consistency, because consistent here stuff. So we will define all these titles during the optimization phase. So let's get into it. So on the SEO here, so do you have a page title? So if we go into GrooveFunnel here, I take my page, I see here into edit setting, you will see that my page, the page name that is here is for internal purposes. So it's just for you to find how, what page you want to work on actually. But this is the title of your page. So instead of having Google that is taking the welcome, taking nothing, taking this here or this here, I will define a title here. So one of the rules of the title is to have the keyword that you're working on, that to have the location if you're a local business. I don't have a local business, it's more online business. So I will change my title that way. After that, so this page, and this has to be done actually for each page of the site. So I will do that for each page of the site also. So now I have gone through all the pages. This will have an impact actually on the listing here. So these will be also updated when we will look at the search result. So if we go to the next point actually. So we done this. We'll be able to recheck afterwards. So do we have metadata? So meta description. So if I go here, you see I don't have meta keyword, neither the meta description. So I will put basically for the home page the description here, and I will put these meta tag. Actually, these can be changed over time. They can evolve, so no problem to change it. So this will also help to see the result. So after that, if we came here, I will do the same for the other page. So here I will say that the meta description is done and the meta tag is done. Do we have more than one H1? So this is something that we were able to check here into, so containable home. Okay, so we will do a recheck for that after we have published. But I think that we can go down and see that not enough text on the page. We had here too many H1. So basically this means that probably this here is a H1. So we can check this by going into actually tools and I always search for that actually. So I will use Control Shift C. So this is popping this up. So I can see here that this is a H1 as the top here is mark H1. If I came here, you see also H1, and if I came here, I see H2. So for the content of my page, which will be more logical, is that this is a H1, this is a H2, and probably this is a H3 because it's still a kind of a sub-subject, or probably a H1 also. So we will no, I mean actually probably a H2 also. So I will leave these H2, but I will convert this one a H2 also. So to convert, actually, the easiest way would be to simply remove the title and put it a new one. So I will do first, go to element, and you see here you have the H1, H2, H3. So we'll take H2 and drag it here. Then I will take my text here, like that. I'm able to remove this one, and this one I can add a bit spacing. So the next thing that we add, I will save. The next thing we add that was that we have to have more than one H1. So this is fixed. We will double check. Do we have coherence between H1, H2, H3? Yes, actually looking at how the flow of the page is, it makes sense here. I was talking about having a H1, H2, H2 again here. Since it's a different topic, I will say that it still makes sense. So this is a good. Do your link have title attribute? So this is a bit more tricky. I don't have this here. I don't really have links in this page, probably here. But links are actually, if we can look here, if I go configure link to title, so you see that we don't have access actually to the attribute of the link here. So for this is a bit more advanced. Actually, you have to go probably into your HTML here and copy and paste. So this is a more advanced stuff that we'll probably tackle later on actually. So we'll just leave it this one there. So we'll leave this. Does your image have alt attribute? So if we come here, we see that we have this image here. We go, we see no alt attribute, so we will put alt attribute. So Jeff. So now we have alt for that. So if I come here, we'll say good. Does your image are the right size? So actually we have the size that we see, and we have the size of the image by itself. So the image can be resized in the page, like when you are playing with the handle here, or with the size here, okay? But this will not impact the size, the weight of the image. So if you come here, you click on the image and you go to open in a new tab here, you will see that the image here is bigger than what you see here. So, and if I click on the plus, you see that it's really bigger. So this means that this image is too big actually for the size that is, so it's not optimized. And if we come and we will see in Google page speed the same thing. If I do this with this image, you will see that this image is basically the same size. So this image was resized and cropped to be able to be work with actually. So if we go into page speed, you will see that properly sized image. So he's talking to me about this image, which is actually bigger and also not not sized properly. Okay, you see that it doesn't talk to me about this one actually here. I have also I'm talking also about next gen image, so to be compressed good enough. So we will do two things here. We will start first by the sizing here. So GroovePage give us a sizing possibility when we upload the image, but I find it a bit more hard to play actually when we have multiple version of image. So for example, if I came here, this is a demo site, you will see that I go to page 2 because this I think is where I was playing around. So you see here this is the same image, but this image is 600 by 400. Okay, so and the size is 42 KB instead of the image that is here, which is 4000 by 2700, and the image size is 1400 KB. Okay, so when you upload an image, actually, you can say choose here and you can select the image. You see the sizing here, and actually you see that the sizing here is 300 by 200, when in this image here is 600 by 400. So I found that the way that GroovePages let us resize image, it will effectively resize the image, because when we look at the published site here, you see that this image here, if I click on new, is really smaller. And if I click on this one, open, it is really bigger, okay? And how it works with, it's with the parameter here. So if you have update, mettons 2, so this was one sizing, update 5, it's another sizing, and update 6. So when I change the size and when I change the size and that I'm applying here, when I choose image and I select an image and I update dimension, it will create a new update version. But sometime, as you can see here, even if I change here, you get out and you see that it's respect the ratio. I do update. If I select here, it still work 2 here, so it's still update 2. But so actually I changed the size. So changing the size basically for me work only the first time. So I feel that I have less control over how this is working, and also it does not let me optimize image after, because actually optimizing image is kind of a two-step process. You have the size of the image, like 400 by 600, but you have also the weight. So I will show you another software actually. So we will process one image. So one image that we see that we need to process is this one. So what I will do, I will click on open. I will save this image to my download folder, and give me some extension here. Okay, and I will then open a software here. This software is actually paint.net, so you can Google for get paint.net. It's a free Photoshop-like image tool. So you have layers, that kind of stuff. So if I open the image here, this one, you see the size that is the same size that I saw 4,000. So, but we understand that probably there are sizing of, look at the sizing here. So you see this is kind of 575 width. Let's say 580. So what I will do, I will come back here and paint, and I will say that our width is 580 here. Since it have aspect ratio, it's okay. So this is a smaller image, and the best practice will be here to name the image with, for example, the width as width 580, okay, for example. So this way I keep a track and I know that this image is a 580 width. So I know that I'm working with that size of image. So, and if I came back here, now this image, I will be able to upload it again and to have a better result with the Google Insight page loading speed. But first, I want to be able to fix the other problem that is here, that is saving that my image are too big. So I have already processed that image. I will do the same for this image. Okay, so now these image we will compress them. So I will drag them here. So here, modify. So these are the image that I want to process, drag and drop it, and it will optimize it. So I see that actually my 580 width was compressed to 52% and the background was compressed to 22%. There are also multiple websites to do this. So you see I found another one that is compressed JPEG, which is having a better actually compression for the one of the image. So I will keep this image here, and I think when it's download, so yeah, when it's downloaded, giving me a dash min, and I will keep the tiny here a PNG for the two other image, so the non-crop and the PNG. So these here. So I will keep all. So I will do download all. Yeah, give me a zip file actually, but the zip file here will have this image will have a min extension at the end, which means that they are compressed actually. So now that we have compressed our image, actually, we will want to upload them into GrooveFunnel. So I will click here, choose image, and I want to replace that image. So I will click on upload. I will come to select my crop image. So the VW here with the size, but with the min at the end. And if I upload this one, I select it. It gave me 580, which is the size of the image. I do select, and it will see it's 28 KB instead of 1400. So still have the alt attribute, do an update. Good. This one also I will change it to have the compressed version. So same, come here. I will take the cropped min version. We'll do an update, an upload. It is here. I will do select and say update. And when you do that, actually, I think it's a best practice or good practice that if you don't want to confuse or have a different image that you don't know which is the good one, actually you can delete the image here. And if I come here, so I have the other one here that is bigger. I will delete it also. So it will be more clean. So I have these two images that are new. and I do an update here. And the last image that I have to change is the one in the background here. So come to the background here, 32 KB. I can delete it. No, I cannot because I didn't change it, but I will click select, min, upload, and select. And it's 30 instead of 32. Not a big improvement here. Click save. Okay, so it's going well. So we have actually, I thought about paint.net and resizing. So this is done. The right format image, yes, is JPEG. Now we have the OpenGraph. So the OpenGraph, which is, if you remember, what was taken from, like, for example, Facebook when you do a share on Facebook on social media. So for that, I have created a different image. So I created an image that I want to use as something that for the social media. So in order to do that, what we'll want to do is to come here and just I will show you what it looks like when you share. So if I share here a text from the website, you will see that it's taken, you see, and here actually it's something I triggered the HTTP, not the HTTPS. So actually when it wants to share, it doesn't find the image, doesn't find the description. So what we are trying here is to fix this. So I will cancel that. And we will come here into the pages, the about pages, because for each page actually is the same thing, it's different. So you can change it here. But if you want to be the same for all the pages on your website, you can come here, site setting instead, and here you have the OG and the description. So for the description, I will copy and paste a description that is basically the introduction of my site, and I will upload the image that I'm working with. So this is the image that I want. Click here, and I will select. And the sizing here is proposed by the guidelines, so the guidance. So this is a minimum size because you're sharing on different media, so you want an image big enough. Actually, I do select, I do save here, and I will close that and do a publish. So publish succeed. So we will try right away the sharing. So testing again. If I came here, I write something, I paste. You see that the image here is showing up. What is I've chosen for my site. A small check. Actually, they are kind of caching in there. So it's possible that if you took a screen, if you tested before, it doesn't recheck every time. You have to clear the cache, and the cache on this is like in Facebook. What I have done actually, I searched the web and I found the sharing debugger from Facebook, and I was able to debug here to see that it was a time scrape actually 6 minutes ago, force again, and it was now showing. So that's pretty nice. So we'll close this. So this is working fine. So if we come back here, so now it's updated in the site setting. If we continue, so we did the OpenGraph image. Are you mobile friendly? So yes, actually, if we come here and I look at different sizing, I see that my site responds well on mobile. Actually, I can do some more tweaking here, like for the spacing here. This is because of the menu, so it's maybe okay. This is also good. So here you see that it should be responsive, it will be easier. So I still have a few other, and for that I think, yeah, we'll have to work on it actually, and the check here is not good. So I see that, and this is actually something that, you see my button is yellow here, but it's not okay here. It's because we are now, since an update recently that we add on GroovePage, the button here are now by default on desktop. So this means that if you change the things, it will only apply to desktop. So I probably put a button here and it was like that color, and I was on that size when I changed the color, so I will have to fix that. So we will fix the mobile responsive, but we already saw that we are working on mobile actually, so this will be recheck. Okay, so yes, we are mobile friendly. Does your site have HTTPS? Yes, actually. Report.txt was not applicable, we're not able. Google Analytics setup and Google Search Console. So we will look at this also now. If we look at these, will it already work? And this was also okay. So we're mainly having to set up the Google Analytics and the Search Console. So I have already set up for my site the Google Analytics, as you can see here in site settings, Google site tag. So, but this actually will be reworked. So I will redo it so it's more interesting for everyone. So leave it that way. I have added the F5 icon. So to configure Google Analytics, so to configure Google Analytics, you need a Google account. So you can have a Google account with your own personal email, or you can have a Gmail account, for example. So I'm already logged in as a Google account. I simply go to Google Analytics create. So if I took google.com Analytics and I click here, we end up on actually start measuring. So it asked me for a name, so the name of the account, sharing with other products, it's fine. Property detail, create a Google Analytics property, measure the website app data. So the property name will be okay. My timestamp will be different. New York Times, USD, okay. So category, education. I will not select, I will just basic following. So I create, accept the term and convention. So setup data stream for connecting data will go on web, because this is a website I want to track. Is HTTPS. The URL will be ur.com, so the name of your website. Okay, stay that way. So this is a measurement ID, okay. And we will want to have Googleable site tag. So we want to have that tag actually. So you see that here you say tagging instrument, add on page tag, use an existing one. We will use this one. So I will copy that code here, which have my tag that you see here. And this is what I will come in GrooveFunnel at the site level, because actually you don't want to add at each page. And here it's working code including tracking GA. GA is for Google Analytics, so we can paste this here. Hit save, and we will publish the content again and wait for the publish to be complete. So when the publish is complete, you came here, you do a control refresh of your page to be sure to flush the cache. Then you can come here into Analytics, click on Home, and you will see here the user in the last 30 minutes. So you will see live user on your website. So this is for that. The last thing that we have to do in our checklist actually is more of the configuration of the Google Search Console. So you can be informed if you have problem crawling your site, that kind of stuff. So for this is basically the same thing. You go to google.com, and as you remember here, he was suggesting me to have the Search Console also. So you take here the Google Search Console, start now, and here we will enter our domain. And this is where we need to do a verification. So you will need to add that to your, if you have, since you have GroovePages, more likely, more or so you will have a Cloudflare account. You need to copy and paste this in your Cloudflare account. So we will do this. So they tell us to create a text record with this value here. So we will come here, add text record, and here you put, and this is the part what we don't really, they didn't tell, but you put a arrobas, actually it's a at, and you paste here the verification code. Save. And now I should be able to come here and to verify, and I verify the ownership, go to property, and I can see now that I have the Google Search Console. I have, oops, you see starts, so we see the impression, so it's a bit of also the Google analytic. We see the coverage, sitemaps, so you are able to find and understand more what is found on your site or not. So you see the pages here. So this is an interesting tool to dig in actually. So if we come back, for our last checks will be to find if we did good here. So we will do another SEO validation. So ours, we were at 59, we are now at 66. Is not that cool, but we cannot reduce the CSS. Review and improve the H1. So, oh, I didn't do that actually. So this is one that I was supposed to do that I didn't do. So I wanted to change my H1 here to something more than interesting than welcome, because welcome actually is not really talking to the people that came visit you. So, and I will do this a bit smaller like that. So save on that. We'll see if I have other things to fix. Welcome, sorry, help you. Okay, so this is cool. Okay, so we will publish that. After that, what else we can fix? Not enough text in the page, okay. I have attribute here, it's good, it's better. For that. You see, this is the look of the site. So before I was looking at something different. So I will see also if Google update that. So if I come here, the publish is complete. If I come here, refresh, you see the look different here. And if I come back here to reanalyze, see 60, it's starting to get better. So, okay, but you see my meta description here is too long. So I should probably do something shorter to have a better score here. Here I need more text actually in the page, since content is king here. So it's a pretty nice tool actually to try to optimize and use it as a checklist to see if we were doing well actually. So this finds great. So that's it. So and if we look at page site, so we had 30 and 84. So if we analyze again with the optimization of the image that we had, okay, so we still have a 30 here, which is deceiving, and 87. So a bit more on the desktop side, but some things we're not able to fix actually with. Okay, so let's talk about Google Page Insights. So actually, I had a value lower than that. Actually, 30 was kind of deceiving. So I try to look. I do another check actually in Incognito browser. So I end up with actually 40. So didn't change nothing. Just recheck again. It was 40. So fair enough. 40 and 911, which is, I think, fine. Actually, this one is 87. So, and after that, Google Page Insight actually is really susceptible or actually very sensitive to what's in your page. And recently, what I have done, I have added the YouTube video from my web page. So actually, the fact of adding that slow down the page load. And these are things that if you want more content on your page or if you want more things on your page, the page will load slower. You have more or less way of improving that actually easily. So what I have done actually is to remove the player, and by removing the player, as you will see, it's jumped to in the mobile view from 40 to 71, which is a lot better, and the desktop moved to 97. So uh, uh, so I add actually the desktop at 91, so now I'm 97. So without actually having the Google Player in it and the desktop, I have a pretty fast loading time actually for that with the optimization that we did actually. Things to probably improve that in some way is that we may think that we may load the player more asynchronously or that kind of stuff. So this is something that we can optimize, but still we need to think about that. So 97, it's pretty nice for the desktop version. So I think we did a good job here. And the other things are less, or we cannot actually optimize these since they are on the framework of GroovePages. So we did a good job here to moving to doing the checklist. This also is done. Finally, we did that. So our last check will probably be to see if Google actually took something from our update. So if I do this here, if you see, I have reloaded the page. Yeah, you see that you are in now is taken. This is still the home page. So this is not taken, actually it's normal. So I will try to show you the difference um, after the Google have found the change. So hope that helped. Hope you enjoyed that video. And if you like, just give it a like, thumbs up. If you want have more information and to be notified, subscribe to my channel. And if you have any question, just drop me a comment below. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.